Okay, so this is the last mini lecture for chapter 5. In this video, we'll discuss noun clauses. So noun clauses are just like nouns and noun phrases. Because they function like nouns, they can be subjects, direct objects, and all of those other pieces that nouns can be. Just like adverb and adjective clauses, though, they are dependent. They cannot stand alone. And while adverbs and adjective clauses modify stuff, noun clauses do not. Noun clauses aren't modifying anything. We can go back to that same test that we've been using throughout this course to identify, right? We identified nouns by substituting pronouns. And if we could substitute the pronoun, we said, that's got to be a noun. We did the same for noun phrases such as gerunds. Right? If we could substitute a noun, a pronoun for the gerund, we knew we had a noun. And the same is true for noun clauses. If we can substitute a pronoun, then it's got to be a noun clause. So we can see that here. That he was late for another meeting frustrated the officer. It frustrated the officer. So the pronoun replaces that that clause. In the second one, the biologist is knowledgeable about it, right? What is it? How sea turtles reproduce. Okay, so again, this pronoun substitution test is especially helpful because again, we can see how it can help us to identify nouns, noun phrases, and noun clauses. So if you recall, we said that adjectives and adverbs we can generally take those out, but you can't take out a noun clause, right? If you think about some of those sentences that we've looked at with adjective clauses, toss away those adjective clauses, not necessary. Same is true with those adverb clauses. Take them out, you still have a sentence. You don't have as much information, but you still have a grammatically correct sentence. If you take out a noun clause from a sentence, that's not true, right? If you take out how the university decides on certain policies, take that out, you don't have a sentence. So noun clauses often begin with that. I suspect that our history exam will be difficult. The president announced that he plans to appoint a Supreme Court justice. So again, notice we can substitute a pronoun here. I suspect it. I suspect this. I suspect him. Same is true in the second one. The president announced it. The president announced this. Again, we can see here that that clause, it is functioning as the subject. That he knows the answer is evident, right? Nouns can be subjects. Noun phrases can be subjects. Noun clauses can be subjects. So that he knows the answer is evident. But that can be a confusing word. That does a lot of things in the English language. In this first example, we can see the man that delivered the package is an adjective clause. Well, which man are you talking about, Robert? I'm talking about the man that delivered the package. The second one, my wife was upset that they lost her package. So why was she upset? Right? So here we have that they lost her package, modifying the adjective upset. We knew that there was a mistake. We knew this. Okay, so here we can see that beginning the noun clause. So take a moment, find these noun clauses, and we will discuss the answers. All right, so that they have finally called me. That is the noun clause here. It is amazing. So notice it can be replaced with the pronoun. If you were in my shoes, then you would do the same thing. If you were in my shoes, then you would do the same thing. There's no noun clause here. Okay, no noun clause in number 2. Your criticism suggests this. Okay, here, that you don't like her proposal can be replaced by the pronoun it. Your criticism suggests it. 4, he will arrive after I leave the party. No noun clause. We do have an adverb clause, after I leave the party, but you wouldn't say he will arrive this, right? So that's not a noun clause. I'm sorry that you are sick. Would you say, I'm sorry it? I wouldn't say that. I'm sorry this? No. So that you are sick is an adverb clause, right? It's telling us, well, why are you sorry? His biggest fear is this. Yeah, his biggest fear is that. Okay, so that no one will show up is a noun clause in number 6. So noun clauses often begin with that, but they do begin with some WH words as well. So I wonder what our history exam will cover. Again, no, we can do the pronoun substitution test. I wonder this. I wonder that. Congress is now considering this. I don't know her. I don't know it. Okay, so all of these 5, 6, and 7, we have where are you going is no business of mine. Okay, so again, we can substitute the pronoun it is no business of mine. 6, it remains a mystery. 7, it is a great story. So that's the key test here for noun clauses. Can you substitute a pronoun? If you can substitute a pronoun for it, must be noun clause. Okay, so we looked at some noun clauses as a subject, but because they're nouns, they can also be direct objects. Okay, so I wonder, so I, subject, wonder, transitive verb, I wonder this, direct object. Congress is considering it. So all of these, we see that S plus TV plus DO pattern. And then finally, let's just look at these and determine whether these are direct objects, subjects, indirect objects, objects of the preposition, or predicate nominatives. So number 1, campaign workers use this. We have the subject, campaign workers. We have the verb, use, that's a transitive verb. Campaign workers use this. We have one noun clause after this. So that is S plus TV plus DO. That telephones can be very helpful, has been shown in many elections. So it has been shown. Okay, so we have the subject, that telephones can be very helpful. That's the first noun phrase or noun clause in the independent clause. Who will win the election is what people want to know. It is this. This is that. Whatever substitution you want to do, right? Both of those are noun clauses. So the first one is the subject. We have a linking verb is. So the second one is a predicate nominative. Number 4, this is a direct object. Campaign workers can discover this. So discover is the transitive verb followed by the direct object. Number 5 is a subject. Number 6, another question may be. So that's a linking verb. Another question is what the major issues are. Okay, so that's a predicate nominative in 6. Sorry, I skipped number 7. Number 8, voters give him an answer. Voters give them an answer. Voters give an answer to whoever is calling. We have 2 nouns in there, whoever is calling and an answer. We can move them, so that means this is an indirect object. Whoever is calling, indirect object, an answer, direct object. Surveys can be valuable to them, so to is a preposition. Whomever uses them is the object of the preposition.